Hi everyone, welcome back. Erica here with yet again another one. I've been taking requests, so if you have a certain topic that you would like to be discussed, please leave a comment in the comment section. All right, I'll even go as far as putting an email of the account in the description box in case you want to send it that way. But I always look forward to feedback. So if you have any suggestions, if you have any requests, please let me know. I am doing this video because it was requested prior. I just hadn't had the chance to get around to it, but I'm getting to it now. So I just wanted to do a really quick notation of that one. But guys, in this video, we're going to talk about narcissism in the workplace. So when you go to work, you think in the morning you got to get through your day. You got to work a full 8, 9, 10, or 15 hours, however many hours you have to work. Okay. And your main focus is going to work, getting your job done, and getting through the day. Now, in light of learning about personality disorders, mental disorders, and the repercussions behind all of it, you don't want to really deal with that in your workplace, but unfortunately it happens. It does. Whether you work for a small company or you work for a large corporate, a large corporation, you're going to end up running into people who are potentially narcissistic, suffer from NPD, have narcissistic traits. And as uncomfortable and bothersome as it is, you got to face it. You got to deal with it. I mean, this is your bread and butter, right? This is how you pay your bills. This is what gets you by, what supports your kids. But how to decipher that you're dealing with a narcissist or narcissists in the workplace? Now, everything that we've learned about narcs doesn't really change, even if you're dealing with them in the workplace. You can have a narcissistic friend. You can have a narcissistic relative, narcissistic love interest. You can have all of these things. But the one common thing that each and every narcissistic person has is they're self-absorbed. They're about themselves. They're conceited. They are basically the spotlight stealers. That's the way they are. So it's no different if you're in the workplace. But in this video, we're going to go over a few signs that you're dealing with the narc at work. So the narcissist at work is the conversation hoarder. Okay, they interrupt consistently. You're having a conversation with them. The primal focus is them. So the main subject of that conversation is them. If you try to get a word in edgewise, they will quickly divert the conversation, leading right back to them. Okay, they like to talk about themselves. They like to compare themselves, but making themselves appear more kind of elite, you can say. That's their prime focus. So even though you may consider it to be rude, they don't carry empathy. So remember, they don't care. As long as they're the ones in the spotlight and they're the ones being noticed, that's what they do. So if you got people that are like that kind of like try to steal the show, steal the conversation, or if you start directing a conversation and it leads back to them, yeah. The next sign. We know that narcissists are known to be big name droppers, okay? They like to feel important, and they constantly remind you of the education that they've received, the prestigious schools they've gone to, okay? The exclusive clubs that they're in, the fancy smancy projects that are like, on the elite scale. Like, they're very, very into constantly bragging about their achievements, about the degrees they have. You have one who has an associate's, but no, the narcissist has to have the master's, and they went to the best schools. And the name droppers, the clubs that they go to, the memberships, it's ongoing. It never ends, and it's annoying. And of course, you have the spotlight hoggers. Okay, those are the ones that got to consistently be in the spotlight. All right, remember, they think very highly of themselves. Therefore, you should as well. Now, you look at the narcissist like, well, we're colleagues. We're both on the same pay grade. You live in reality. They, however, don't. Okay? They look at themselves as like office manager or, giving themselves a title that isn't really theirs. They'll dominate things in the office. They'll dominate email discussions. They'll dominate phone conferences, meetings. They'll utilize that opportunity to express their achievements to the higher uppers, and as to why their work should be held into high regard and high consideration. They'll also use that opportunity to even put you down, throw you under the bus. It's all about control and power. They may steal or take credit for your work. Let's say you guys had a project to work on, okay? And you did most of the work, okay? And it turned out to be a great project. The narcissist will take that as an opportunity to go run up to higher management and present the project to them, okay? Mind you, during this entire time, they put very minimal work and very minimal effort. They're presenting it to the higher uppers and really influencing them into believing that they're the ones who came up with the idea. Now, everybody's looking at the narcissist as the team manager, the project manager. So they just took all the credit that you worked on for the work that you did, presented it to the boss, supervisor, whomever, and pretty much plagiarized, I guess you can say. Now, they're extremely sensitive to criticism, all right? And they blame everybody else for their failings. So you already know that a narcissist, first of all, even if you're trying to give them constructive criticism, okay, which we as normal people, we can accept that. Not a narcissist. They take everything as negative. Anything that goes against who they are, what they've done, what they've said, if you try to even sit with them and have a conversation with them about it, it usually will end up in narcissistic rage or extreme pettiness, okay? And they'll sit there and they'll even blame you for their failures. Like if they were supposed to do something, and let's just say, it was supposed to happen at 2:00. And, you didn't remind them or whatever the case may be, and it was really important. They will shift the blame to you. And they'll say, well, it's your fault because you should have reminded me at 2:00. But you knew about the situation beforehand as well. They possess passive-aggressive tendencies. Now, these tendencies are often used to get away with a lot of stuff in the workplace, okay? And narcissists who carry these traits are usually involved with gossiping, backstabbing, being two-faced, procrastinating, not taking accountability nor personal responsibility for anything that goes on, okay? They're used to, exclude people. They create cliques in the office. They do all types of unnecessary, petty nonsense to create friction within the workplace, just so they can see themselves as being, in the power seat, okay? Don't fall for it, all right? They have sarcasm. They pretend like they're joking with you, but they're really being cruel with it. And by that, it's, saying jokes that are really mean, but because they try to cover it with the, oh, I'm just kidding, I was just joking with you, let's not be so serious about it. Be careful with people like that, all right? Because deep down, if you read between the lines, you'll really, really see the personality of the person behind all of that nonsense. Pay attention to the people you work with. They carry negative and toxic emotions. Now, these types of people at the workplace, first of all, narcissists are quick to criticize, quick to shame people, quick to ridicule them, okay? But understand, it's a one-way street with them. You can't do it to them, because if you do it to them being all perfect, it'll create so much headaches and so much drama. But they can do it to you. In their eyes, they can do it to you, okay? They like to generate negative emotions within the workplace to keep you off balance, to keep you insecure in your work and what it is you're doing. But if you disagree with their views, or if you go against anything, you don't meet their standards, oh no, can't happen. Can't have that. That aggressive person in the office that tries to play it off with other people, but you already know who they truly are and what they're truly about, yeah, chances are that's the narc. Just understand, in the workplace, the narcissist lives to make you feel inferior so they can feel superior. Okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be your manager or your boss or the supervisor or the CEO or whoever it is. It can be a colleague. It can be someone in the same office, the cubicle next to you, on the same floor, getting the same paycheck on the same day and the same amount as you. It doesn't matter. Okay? A narcissist in the workplace is about power, superiority. Okay? Feeling that they are the center of attention. They are in the middle of the room and everyone else is surrounding them. So just to recap, guys, in the workplace, you're going to have different personalities, different types of people on different scales of the spectrum. Okay? It's up to you to discern and decipher who is who and what part of the scale, from a scale of 1 to 10, are they on? All right. The narcissist will take the credit if the job is done well, but will shift the blame if there is a failure. Okay. They will create cliques within the workplace, trying to exclude you, but after they have love bombed you. All right. We're going to use the term love bomb. After they have accepted you in, made you feel like you're part of the company, made you feel like you're part of the office, got you to confide in them, got you to talk to them, got you to be friends with them. And then what happens? We all know with narcissists, the discard phase. They'll create drama, they'll start gossiping, they'll start doing what narcissists do, which is manipulate. Okay, they will manipulate everyone. And if you see through the nonsense, you see through the BS, then yeah, you will be the scapegoat. You'll be the scapegoat of the office. That's the general term of it. Okay, because when people can see through the narcissist facade and see through their mask, the narcissist then kind of pushes you out to maybe get new supply to come in. All right, they want to control. They want to tell people what to do. They want to dominate. They want to be the center of attention. They want to be the ones who are the most successful, who have the most achievements, and they will do any and everything possible to consistently remind you that that is who they are. Okay? They don't flat out say, hey, I'm a narcissist, but they will show you. So guys, with a narcissist, it is pretty general. It's pretty standard. I mean, we know what their tactics are and we know what they're capable of doing. But I guess it really depends on the environment. And in this case, if it's the workplace, you can't quit. I mean, you can, but you don't really want to. And at the end of the day, you just have to, take proper precautions when you're dealing with people like that. Okay? It's hard. I know. Going to the workplace, you just focus on trying to get your job done. And, you got to deal with that, unfortunately. But technically, you don't. Just learn how to deal with it. Okay? So guys, I hope the video was helpful for you. I am going to work on my next video by request from another follower. The next video will be the scapegoat children of the narcissistic mother. Okay, so we're going to work on the boys and the girls and just keep it all in one mix. So thank you for your feedback. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the views. And thank you for subscribing. And I hope that I exceed everyone's expectations, because at the end of the day, I just want to help people. That's it. That's all it really is about. It's about helping one another, helping people get through what they need to get through. Okay? So you don't have to do it alone. You don't have to face it alone. All right? So guys, stay tuned for the next video. It's be coming up soon. I thank you all again for tuning in. And until next time, namaste.